Hi guys, and welcome to another battle vid. Today's battle vid is between the newcomer into the DS family, the 2DS, and the Nintendo 3DS, to find out, well, pretty much what are the differences and similarities between both devices and which you should pick up. Alright, so let's take a closer look at both devices here between the 3DS and the 2DS. I took out both styluses for both devices, and you can see the clear difference here between those. So the 2DS on the right here has a straight up stylus, and it fits right here on the right hand side, and it's just one piece, one full solid piece. Now the 3DS has this expandable stylus, and you can see it doesn't have that necessarily white tip because of course of the size of the enclosement here for the 3DS. Now we all know the 3DS does games at 3D and 2DS does games at 2D, but let's look at some of the different aspects of both devices. What you will notice for me actually was the most telling thing is that the 2DS has one speaker unit and the 3DS has two speaker units. So that's a clear difference there between both devices, and one that I think you find out especially when you're just listening to audio and trying to game on there without the headphones. You really notice this. The other thing too is also the track pads are the same, but I really do like what I got from the 2DS, as well as the D-pad felt just a little bit more comfortable. That might be a little bit more semantics, but even though it's still the same in terms of look and feel, the buttons here as well as the buttons. Now some of the layouts here of course are different. You do have the dual screen nature on the 3DS, and you also have the dual screen nature on the 2DS, except the difference is the 2DS folds down, and you can see what's very interesting the way Nintendo designed this device is that at its lower points the 2DS is thinner, and when it comes to its higher point, it's all roughly about the same height. So the 3DS closes about the same height as the top side of the 2DS. So basically this side here we have here all together. Now we do have both two 3D cameras, as you can see at the back there, so you can take 3D images. Now again, the main difference here is that you just cannot play your games with 3D. So basically it's playing a 3DS game with the slider turned off. Layout differences: your home, start buttons and select are all below the bottom screen, while on the 2DS it's just the home button, and then you have start and select right underneath your XBYA. Power button is right here in front, which I do like. Power button is also here in front of this device. Now in terms of weight, the 2DS feels just about the same. It really doesn't feel any heavier than the 3DS. Is roughly around the same just in terms of weight and feel. And now taking the 3DS and just showing you guys how gaming will look and feel on there, I will say that it feels just a little cramped with using the L and R buttons on the side here. Not because that they're hard to use or had any difficulty, just that playing with the 2DS it just felt a little bit better to actually game with that and actually use that for the L and R, because with the 2DS your hands actually rest in a more comfortable position, and it's not cramped like this, it's actually just resting. So while using L and R you can easily place them, and I actually found gaming on here to be very, very good. Now in terms of headphone jacks, they're both at the bottom. This is centrally located here, and on the 3DS, and on the 2DS is actually on the left hand side. The volume rocker is on the left hand side of 2DS, and on the 3DS is also on the left hand side with a micro SD card on the left, micro SD card on the right. Now a lot of the design placements are due to form factor, so it's really not a matter of pure comparison, but a matter of the form factor itself. The one thing I will mention though is that the 3DS is more pocketable. It can slide into your pocket than the 2DS, and I think that's something that some people will take into note there. Now you do have this wireless button, for your wireless connectivity, which you don't necessarily have that here, and you have actually a physical sleep button on your 2DS. But overall, both devices are great. They do the job well. Both devices are gaming devices, so they actually game for you. If I were to pick a winner, which necessarily in this case there shouldn't be one, or you could say the 3DS is better, I really like the 2DS. I think the 2DS price range is great. 3D gaming on the DS really wasn't something that I was too keen on. Yes, I can turn it on and off on the 3DS, but the 2DS feels very comfortable for that price range. Something that I would purposely take on the go. Now, some people will talk about portability and putting this in your pocket. Yes, that is very true, but for me, it's, you know, it's one of those things I'm just going to throw it in a backpack. So either one is cool, and the 3DS is still probably your better choice. But if you're looking at a price conscious as well as also just functionality, and you think it's more comfortable, the 2DS works very well. Everything works the same, it's powered the same way, and is the same device. So in this battle vid, which clearly is not a battle vid and not really scientific in any way whatsoever, but just more or less to show you just the differences between the two devices, my pick here is the 2DS because it's cheaper, and also it just felt more comfortable to game with. So you got any questions or any comments, let us know, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. It's all Booredatwork with 2 O's. So it's Thunder E saying thank you, and always enjoy your entertainment.